Hello everyone, greeting from Pansi Beach in Phuket. We are sharing with you the beautiful view of Pansi Beach stretched along the line. The sand's very white, very clean, surrounded by the coconut grove here on a private peninsula. This is considered the most beautiful and peaceful beaches in Phuket. The water is clear and it's clean. It's swimmable all year round. From here, you can see that, there's a mountain at the back, at the end. That's where it's called Kamala area. The next beach from here is called the Surin Beach. And within this area, it's considered the luxurious area in Phuket because it's filled up with the luxurious villas and luxury resorts. That's where, celebrities from all over the world coming and stay in this area. Now we are sharing the view of Andaman Sea. It's very blue sky, blue sea. This is where, feeding people from around the world. There are a lot of fishing boats wandering around, fishing the fishes and cuttlefish in the night. And of course, during the daytime, there'll be a lot of yachts sailing to James Bond Islands and the PP Islands for a day trip or overnight trips. And of course, over the festive season, on the festive nights, there'll be a lot of fireworks above the sky, above the Andaman Sea right here. So here's the place to be. And for anyone who are looking for a special place for wedding, for romantic dinner with your loved one, this is the perfect choice in Phuket. So I'm hopefully that you are enjoying the view that we share. And then back to you, Chital. Thank you, everyone.
You just got a peek inside one of the most exclusive and idyllic beaches of Phuket. Yes, I have Melania here as well.
Hi, Shital. Hi, everyone. Here we are, as you said, in Phuket, on the top of a coconut grove with iconic views of the Andaman Sea. To my left, you saw the beautiful Thai-style pavilions with a stunning view over the white sandy beaches of Phuket. To my right, you see hills which wrap around the peninsula, filled with more beautiful coconut trees. If you look carefully into the waters, you will see the local fishermen out on their long-tailed boats, catching daily supply of their fresh fish. You can also hear some noise from those long-tailed boats. Some of the fishermen are also walking. I hope you enjoyed our beautiful view from here. Over to you, Shital.
Thanks, Melania. Hi, once again, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Cocktail Hour by World Travel Magazine, and we are live here today from Amanpuri, Phuket. And we are joined by Frank Chantoiso, the hotel manager at Amanpuri. Frank has worked in some of the most spectacular locations from Bora Bora in French Polynesia to now in Phuket. So I would like to welcome Frank. Hello, Frank. How are you doing?
Sarika Chita, Sarika, everyone. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to you from Amanpuri.
Fantastic. And how's been the lockdown for you in Phuket?
Well, the lockdown, I will not lie to you guys. I mean, as you know, the industry has been, it's been challenging. Let's put it that way. Our Thai people, especially, are very emotional. We dedicated our entire life and efforts to serve our guests. So, of course, it's been difficult. From a guest point of view, it's been extraordinary because the product we offer at Amanpuri is very ideal for safe isolation, privacy, and luxury of space. So it was some up and down, but now we are ramping up towards the opening and we are fully ready for that.
Sounds fantastic. And I think when at Amanpuri, there's privacy and space within the busy Phuket, privacy within the complex of the resort, or privacy of your own villa. In fact, last year when I was there in one of your 4-bedroom villas, you have fantastic salas in literally every corner of the multi-storied villa. And I remember on my last day in Amanpuri, I discovered rooftop sala, which I'm sure would have been fantastic for stargazing at night. As you said, the resort will be reopening soon. So what are some of the key changes that you brought in to ensure social distancing and keeping in mind the safety of the guests?
Right. Well, we are very fortunate because the layout of the resort is offering plenty of space, and privacy is really our core pillars at Amans. So we are fortunate in a sense that the product itself is very much meeting all the new trends of the international travelers. Now I think the changes will come from two ways. It will be some change that the traveler will demand, and we will supply many options, for example, in food and beverage, where one will be able to scan a QR code to reduce the touch point. And also from us in housekeeping, for example, we are very known to have invisible service, for example. And I think, for instance, during the COVID-19, our housekeeping will be a bit more present in the front of house, purposely, in order to show to the guests that we are taking a lot of actions. And also from a technology point of view, when we've been purchasing a lot of equipments to adapt to the new norm. So we're having electrostatic sprayers, we've been hiring hygiene consultants, ATP technology, when you can basically swipe surfaces and identify microbacteria. So we're really ramping up our whole software and hardware to adapt to the new traveler needs.
No, that sounds very promising and very comforting, so to say.
Right.
In fact, it's something where I think it's a concern for everyone, and I think more and more initiatives that are taken by the resorts that provides that extra confidence and comfort to upcoming guests to the resort.
Right.
I've been to Phuket more times than I can remember, and I still haven't probably experienced all the beaches. You have two gorgeous beaches where we just saw in the beginning. What do we expect from these beaches when you reopen the resort? Are you planning something like, I remember you had water sports and the bar on the beach?
Well, I think when it comes to beach experience, the Aman DNA will remain the same. Of course, we're evolving here and we're providing two new services, but there is basically two distinctive products when it comes to the beach. The beach one is fully secluded, offering full privacy only for Aman guests, no music, no bar, just as a background, the wave crashing on the white sand, and this is it. And we tailor-made guest service and preferences during the entire stay. And then there is the other beach with all the water sport facility, state-of-the-art mastercraft boat to practice wakeboarding, hydrofalling. There is a shore-hat beach bar. This is where basically we ramp up our entertainment. And during the high season, we're also having a Japanese restaurant with live music. So as you can see, there is two different products with two different services to simply cater either a honeymooner that would like to stay and get just the tranquility of the beach, or otherwise family that would like to build up a bit more excitement. Now, I took notes that you mentioned about guest experience. And those days we've been working very closely with the local community. We've been working with a marine biologist. And next year, I'm very much looking forward to unveil the see-through swimming platform, where we're going to be able to have a coral nursery where guests will be able to adopt coral. We're also going to have an educational program at the Eco Beach Center, where the next generation will be able to understand why we should not throw plastic in the ocean, partner with some local association, and also provide some romantic guest experience on this see-through platform with candlelights overnight. So those are some of the highlights that we're planning for this upcoming high season.
Right. And by when these initiatives or these activities are likely to start?
Typically, right now we're having a bit of wave, as you can see, but in November we really having a flat sea. So by November we're typically launching the full high season with all the water sport facilities. During the other season, which is right now, we're having just different sports. We're having e-foil, we're having surfing, bodyboarding. So it's just we're switching activity based on seasonality.
Okay, sounds great. And if I remember correctly, Amanpuri is Aman's first resort, and it debuted in 1988.
Right.
So it's close to 3 decades now.
Right.
Sadly, the architect who designed Amanpuri, Edward Tuttle, passed away last weekend.
Right.
How has Amanpuri impacted all the Aman resorts globally?
It's a very good question. I think Amanpuri has impacted actually more than the Aman Resort. I think Amanpuri has been the blueprint of what ultra luxury has created when it comes to retreat, to resort. I think we've been just a new benchmark for ultra luxury. Now to come back to Aman, there is a few pillars that we always kept from that point onward, which is privacy, high ratio of employee versus the guest, and also protecting the nature, always building up around nature. So having a very raw luxury to keep that surrounding has always been one of the pillars of Aman. So those are really the core foundation of Aman. But also what is important for people when they go to an Aman is that each property has a truly unique characters and truly connected to its people and its culture. So of course in Thailand, the Thai essence is everywhere. It's on the landscaping, it's on what we serve, it's on the food, it's on the plate, it's on what you see. But if you go to India, you will have a very strong sense of place in India. And if you go to Bali, you will truly have the Balinese experience and the food. So we have some of the pillars that we always keep, but every property is also truly unique in a sense of its own destination as such.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the architecture of Amanpuri is inspired by some of the Thai temple designs, which I can see the moment one of the villas, you see the rooftop and you can actually feel that you're in Thailand. It's part of the Thai culture and design.
True.
When it comes to, I think, attaining peace, it comes pretty easy with Amanpuri. You have dedicated wellness center, then you have your treatments don't just stop at massages and yoga sessions. You have specialized wellness treatments by highly trained doctors and wellness experts. Well-being is on everyone's mind in current times. What would you recommend if one was looking for immune boost or simple detox options?
Well, the wellness is a major component with Aman, and it always been from the beginning. We start with meditation, yoga, qigong, and all these kind of techniques. And for the 30 years of Aman, we really wanted to keep that legacy and push the boundaries in the luxury market. So we have opened up state-of-the-art clinic. Now coming back to your question about detox and immersion program, well, I would say that the IV is something very popular, something we have really seen as a new trend for travelers to get quick results. But the way we approach wellness at Amanpuri is that first, you're telling us what is your goal, what are your objectives. You meet with the doctor on a one-on-one basis, and there is no such copy-paste program at Amanpuri. We basically curate and tailor-made every program for you. So you will have a private wellness chef, you will have a private wellness manager, and you will have a full team that will curate that experience for you. So it's difficult to answer your question in a very, condensed sentence, but basically for the people that are listening to us, we basically curate everything from A to Z, and we're getting medical support to deep dive into what are you made of. So we're doing DNA analysis to really get the best result based on your body type, based on your age, based on your percentage of muscle and fat, and so on and so on. So we really bring the technology to you to help you to achieve the best results.
Yeah. So do you have guests doing the pre-consultation before they come for any of the programs? I would assume.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is part of the program. So we're having a one-on-one interaction with the guests before they arrive on property. And then we select how long they would like to do this wellness program. What is the objective? We connect with them already to know their trend, their preferences. When I say that we bespoke everything, it comes to the food you eat on every single day. So if you're having 5 guests having an immersion at the same time, it will be 5 people eating 5 different menus. So just to tell you how far we go, and it goes again with the mini bar, and it goes so on and on and on and on. So we really curate every single steps of this immersion program.
Yeah, for just going back on the Immune Boost program,
Right.
How many days is the program for? The Immune Boost program, Boost program, is it a week-long program or is it longer?
Right. So basically, we assess where the guests stand, and we provide different services in order to reset your body and to be the freshest possible, with full of energy and being able to do long travel and stuff like this. So the doctor will be meeting with the guest, and based on that, we will curate the program. Most of the guests will go through IV that we will curate based on the body type of the guest and based on what they have been through. We also very often associated with a detox that will help your body to reset and be ready for the next travel or the next level of stress management or so on. So again, it's a bit difficult to answer your question because every program is different, but that's basically the steps: is consultation, bespoke the program, give the treatment, which is a mix of consultation, mix of comfort treatment, and which is a mix of medical treatment as well.
Right. I think it's very, what I understand, it's very customizable and very specific to every guest.
Absolutely. Yes.
Ultimate objective in terms of what they plan to achieve. So thanks for that. Thanks for that, Frank. And coming to my favorite part, which is the cocktail hour, which is the title of our this series. Whenever I'm in Thailand, I love to try local flavors, Thai herbs, whether it's lemongrass, basil, and all. And if you were to choose one cocktail for our viewers today, which one would that be?
Well, for today, we're going to prepare for you a Thai basil mojito for a couple of reasons. Today it's pretty warm. We're having a gentle breeze. It's always a winner. Everybody knows the mojito. The Thai basil make it very unique because it's not exactly the same as the Italian basil. So yeah, this characteristic to be very fresh, very fragrant. And today also I select a Shalong Bay rum that is distillated in Shalong Bay, which is in the south of Phuket. So for you today, I will be preparing a Thai basil mojito.
Wow, sounds amazing.
All right. As I was expecting you to ask me this question, as you can see, I already prepared the shwali. So this is a pretty simple recipe. You prepare a long drinks. You will be getting your lime. We select the Thai lime that is very acidic. You basically bring 6 wedges to get enough juice and flavors out of it. And then a bit of brown sugar to balance the acidity. So 2 spoons. And then you will be adding 6 leaves of basil. And then you will be gently crushing the mix. You don't need to twist too much because you don't want to crush too much the basil. You want to get the flavors out of it. You want to extract the juice out of the lime, but you don't want to crush it too hard. And then for you today, I will get a bit closer to the iPad. You having our tailor-made Shalong Bay rum that is distilled in one of the most beautiful places in Phuket. And for today, the distillery have distilled this rum with basil as well. And then we will be serving 1 full nip of rum, so it's a very generous portion. And then you will be adding the crushed ice. At that stage, do not add too much crushed ice because you want to be able with your spoon to basically stir the mix in order to make sure that everything is well mixed together. And then you top it up with a little bit more ice, a dash of soda. This is a Thai soda. And then you add a little bit more ice to make it very generous. On the top of it, the garnish, fresh basil, the straws, et voila. This is your Thai basil mojito.
That's fantastic. It's so refreshing. Looks amazing.
Oh. I cannot tell you what it feels when you're having such a mojito. Look at this architecture. This is timeless. It doesn't get any better than that. I think that my team, myself, the view is already self-explanatory to talk about the destination, the people, and the service that we are sitting here. And it's been a pleasure to make this cocktail for you today.
No, we are just waiting for international borders to open, and guests will be there too soon, Frank.
Right. Absolutely.
Do you have, Frank, any new experiences planned in coming months that you are launching post-opening?
Yes, we're having quite a few operations that and guest experience that we are planning, mostly all related about the romance, because the place is truly striking. We are potentially considering some sunset cruise, the platform that I mentioned to you. We have also took the opportunity during this COVID crisis to fully refurbish the resort during the last 3 months. So with this impeccable product, we're really planning to bring something new to the table. And we have also rebranded our Thai restaurant that is called Boa Bok. And Boa Bok is a beautiful Thai herb. We just built up a vegetable garden in the back. So yeah, it will be quite a lot of things that will evolve.
No, and you mentioned about the private dining. So you'll be taking guests out of the resort to some island for this private romantic meal.
Yeah, that's correct. We're having a full crew that is basically curating experience on the Aman cruise. So we're basically having a fleet of private yacht that we are setting up for the day or for the half day. On the east side of the island, with Panga Bay, Pipi Island, those are the ideal place to explore out of the resort and to have a tremendous experience.
And I'm assuming these will be half day or full day experiences?
That is correct. And the way we curate that is that basically you have in your yacht, you having the captain, and then some people like the picnic on a very secluded island and location. Some people like to go for non-restaurants. So we basically decide one day before, how do we curate that? And based on the weather forecast, we also review with the captain to bespoke that experience. So basically you're having the yacht, the captain, and the full Aman crew to enjoy your half day or full day experience with Amanpuri.
No, that's a good one in terms of if someone was planning for a romantic date or just a day out with family on a catamaran or probably one of the yachts.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Yes, indeed. Before we wrap up today's session, Frank, do you have any message for our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I like to thank you. I mean, I know that we're getting creative, during this uncharacteristic time. I appreciate the time you have spent, behind your laptop from different regions in the world. And I also would like to convey to you a message, to all our guests, global partners, that we're going through, a difficult time. But at Amanpuri, we've been in the making for more than 32 years, and we saw the SARS crisis, we saw the tsunami, and we saw all those crises, and we always rebound through adversity. So, I know some of the days are difficult, some of the days are challenging. There is some of the morning that are, a bit more difficult than others. But at the end, there is light at the end of the tunnel. We're extremely confident about the future for Amanpuri and the future as well of the industry, because we know that people will travel again. This is not the good time yet, but I know this time will come. And when it will come, I truly hope you will be able to meet me in person, to come to see me at Amanpuri, because on my side, I will be absolutely delighted to welcome you at Amanpuri.
No, certainly, Frank, we have brighter days ahead. Thanks.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining us today, and best wishes to you and the entire team at Amanpuri for the reopening on 1st of July. And thanks to all our viewers for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this evening. Do join us next week, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Singapore time, as we bring in another exciting destinations live for you. Thank you so much once again, and have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.